This episode of CleaningBiz.tv is made possible by CleaningBizWebsites.com, creating marketing websites for commercial and residential cleaning companies. Coming up on today's show, I'm going to rant about a pet peeve of mine. Plus, I'll share a rockin' resource that will make it easy to schedule follow-up meetings with your prospects and networking buddies. I'm Jean Hansen, and this is a show that will help turn your vision into a successful cleaning business. Today, I'd like to take a couple minutes to rant. And I'm not going to rant about irritating customers or problem employees. Nope. I need to rant about some of you, the cleaning business owners who may be watching this show. I was talking to my sister recently, and she really opened my eyes to the fact that many cleaning business owners get so wrapped up in making promises to their customers, but they don't actually have a system in place to make sure that they follow through on their promises. And I've got a prime example for you. My sister's been looking for a new house cleaning company. She finally thought she found the right one after reading an article about them in the business section of the local newspaper. So she went to their website, called and talked to them, did all her due diligence, and finally made her decision to hire them to clean her home. Well, one of the things that they talked about was the cleaning schedule, and the company sent her the cleaning schedule for about 2 or 3 months in advance. I thought that was a pretty great idea. But there was one date that wasn't going to work for my sister, so she called right away to get it rescheduled. Well, after leaving a voicemail, a day went by, and then another day, and she hadn't heard back. So she called again and had to leave another message. In the meantime, she went back to their website to look at their policies, and she also checked the information that they gave her. And in both places, they made it a point of saying that they respond to all calls within 24 hours. Well, on the third day, she still hadn't heard from them after leaving 2 messages. So the next thing she tried was email. You guessed it, no response. They finally called her back exactly 1 week after the first call. I mean, I just couldn't believe it. This is totally unacceptable to me. So I want to ask you, are there any promises that you are making to your clients that you don't keep? If so, you need to do something about it right now, because there isn't an easier way to lose a client than to say you'll do something and then not do it. I'd like to hear your thoughts on this topic. Have you ever had an experience where a business owner didn't keep their promise? How did you respond? Post your replies at CleaningBiz.tv. Now, before we move on, I'd like to take a moment to tell you about our sponsor, CleaningBizWebsites.com. These are websites designed with pre-populated content that you can easily edit yourself. Plus, they include all the marketing tools that you need to convert your website visitors into customers. Check it out at www.cleaningbizwebsites.com. A few months ago, I discovered a great resource that I've used a few times when I wanted to meet someone that I had met at a networking event. Now, usually we meet at a coffee shop or maybe we have lunch, but the problem is deciding where to meet. Have you ever had this problem? Usually you want to meet at a halfway point so you both have a similar distance to drive. But if you live in a larger metro area like me, it can be a challenge to figure out where to meet. Meetways.com solves the problem for you. All you have to do is enter the first address or zip code, then enter the second address or zip code. Next, enter a point of interest like coffee, pizza, or restaurant. And lastly, you can select yes if you want to avoid highways. Then just click on the Get Halfway Location button to see your results. You'll get a map with red dots pointing out different location options, and then on the right side you'll get the names of each of the locations, plus the address and phone number. I love it because I can plug the address into my GPS if I'm not sure how to get there. So for those of you out there setting up your follow-up meetings with networking buddies, Meetways.com should be a useful tool for you. It sure is for me. Well, that's it for today's show. Next time, we're going to explore this phrase. It's not how much you spend, it's how much you get back. I'm Jean Hansen, and you can find me on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. Just look for the links at CleaningBiz.tv. And remember, inaction may feel safe, but action can move mountains. See you next time. Usually you want to meet about